work our way up as far as setup goes. So for your feet, you want to, first of all, make sure that you're wearing some sort of a flat-footed shoe. And if you don't have that, if you only have like more of those running shoes or the shoes with the higher heel, you're gonna wanna just take off your shoes and just lift in flat feet. Because when you're doing your deadlifts, you wanna actually think as if you are pulling the ground apart through your heels. This bar really likes me. You're pulling the ground apart through your heels, okay? So your feet are right underneath the hips. We want a nice stance that is lined up nice and straight, okay? So the feet are right underneath the hips. We are pulling the ground apart through those heels. Almost think about gripping the ground with your toes a little bit. That's our starting position in our deadlift, okay? From there, we are gonna be utilizing a hip hinge. So starting with a straight line from the heel to the hip, all the way up to the tip of the head. Imagine as if you're a puppet being held straight up. We're gonna hinge right here. So the primary mover here is your hips, your glutes, your hamstrings, everything in the posterior chain. So that means that we're gonna be pushing the hips back. On the way up, we are initiating through the hips. The hips are moving first. The knees are bending secondarily. Same thing on the way down. Hips are the first things that move. Hips push back, and then the knees bend, okay? The hips should be going back, 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 all the way down, forward, 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 all the way up, okay? As soon as we start lifting with our back, the shoulders come up first and then the hips follow after. We're putting our back in a really compromised position. So, feet underneath the hips. We are gonna roll that bar up to your shins and actually touch your shins with the bar, okay? You wanna keep that weight as close as possible to your body throughout your lift. You might even scrape your legs going up. That's okay, just wear long pants. So our hands are going right outside of our shins. Go ahead and brush your thumbs against your shins just to make sure you're in the right hand position. We are going to roll our shoulders back. Think about pulling the bar apart with your hands. This is gonna help get your lats engaged and set into position. So our hands are just outside of our shins. We are rolling our shoulders down and back. Think about pulling the bar apart. And as you do that, the slack is gonna come out of your bar. So that means that the barbell, the bar here, is gonna, if you just listen, it's gonna tick up against your plates. And that's where you want it, okay? You want it to be secure against your plates before you start your lift. So you're ready. Now from this point, we're driving apart through the feet, and we're going to drive the hips forward. Exhale, coming all the way up. Drive the hips back, knees bend secondarily. Keep the bar close, all the way down. Inhale, exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. Last thing to keep in mind here is your head. A lot of times people will deadlift and keep their eyes facing straight forward. What happens is when I do that, my back starts to round out and my spine and my core are not in a good position to be hoisting a lot of load up, right? So keep your chin tucked, keep your back a flat board all the way from the top of your head through your hips. Keep it a flat board as you go down and a flat board as you drive up.